Early this year, I chose a word I was looking for a word to be my word for the year. And I made myself some breakfast, and I had actually a sweet potato over some stir fried vegetables, and I was arranging it. And before I started eating it, I was like, this looks like a shape. This looks like a symbol. And so I kind of stared at it for a second and decided to look up the Hebrew alphabet. And sure enough, the symbol that my sweet potatoes were in the shape of was the Hebrew letter Kaf. And the Hebrew letter Kaf is equivalent to the English letter K. So, since I live in America and I'm around English letters far more often than Hebrew letters, I chose K to be my symbol. And ironically, K started showing up all over the place. I would just be out and about, and there would be a letter K. And that K was just my symbol to remind myself to receive, because the Hebrew letter Kaf means to receive with an outstretched palm. And that was a big word for me, because I just felt like this was a year that I was ready. I was ready to receive a lot of new things, a lot of change. I was ready. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to look for it. I'm going to look for the change, and I'm going to sense the steps of action that I can take to move me towards the change I'm wanting. And so all throughout the year, there was just different situations that were super significant, and the letter K would pop up. And I would hold on to that as a symbol that change is coming, love is present, and I am seen. And that was really a big part of the first part of my year, and I've kept that letter and I've kept that symbol in my awareness, and I don't want to miss that moment to feel seen and loved, and for the hope of change being a part of my life, and the evidence of that K reminding me that that's happening, and that it's my reality. But hearts started showing up. I didn't even ask for a new symbol, but hearts started popping up. I would be taking a walk, and a mushroom would be in the shape of a heart. I would be raking leaves, and I would look down, and there'd be a broken leaf that was like perfectly cut out as a heart. And I started taking pictures. I was eating a waffle one day, and the part of the waffle I got had not been totally filled out into the waffle maker, and it was in the shape of a heart. And I just was like, God, thank you for my K's. Thank you for my hearts. And I said, I don't know how to ask this, because I didn't feel worthy to ask this. But I said, God, can you show me your love with $100 bills? And that made me really nervous. That made me feel like I was setting myself up for potential disappointment. And that stirred a lot of emotion in my heart, that I realized how much I doubted God's love for me. Like, sure, He can make a mushroom puff out of the ground like a heart, or He can make the waffle batter not fill up to the edge of the corners and it's shaped like a heart. Or a cake can appear on a fence line that I was going to be walking through to get to somewhere that I'd been really looking forward to the possibility of that happening, and it happened. And the gate I was walking through had the big letter K on it at the airport. And I was like, no way. Like those things, I just thought those are subtle enough, those are small enough, those are believable enough that God would do that for me. But it prompted me, something inside of me, that God prompted me. He's like, do you think I love you enough to give you $100 bills? I don't know. Like, yes, of course. But in reality, I had a little doubt. I had some resistance. And so I told God that I would trust Him, and that I would believe that He would love me and show me His love with $100 bills. And within a week's time, there were two specific $100 bills that I received. And when I was starting to doubt that that could continue, like, wow, that was nice, but I don't know if that can continue. And all of a sudden, He was like, "Do you just think that's as big as your left?" And He's like, "What would you really want to see my love like?" And I, I would like it to be $1,000 bills. And I didn't, I felt selfish and rude for even asking that. But I did, and I said, I don't have enough belief in myself and enough worthiness in myself, but I want to. I want to feel worthy. I want to feel worth it. I want to feel valuable enough that $1,000 bills are not too much to ask for. And so I know that everything in the grand scheme of things is just a dot, is just nothing to God, and He can do anything. It's just my belief that He would do it for me is the part that really creates the resistance between me receiving all that He has in store for me. And so I have increased my faith to believing that God is going to love me and show me His love through $1,000 bills. And during this last week, I more than $1,000 came in very unique and unexpected ways. And I kind of was like, wow, okay, so God loves me enough to give me over $1,000 in a week. And here again was like, but will He keep that up? And is that just something I should be, like, thank you and go back to the K's and the hearts? And I think that would be backtracking in my valuing myself and worthy and finding myself worthy. So it's taking me a lot of courage, and it's something that's making me feel very vulnerable sharing. But I am on a journey of finding my worthiness, that I am worthy of love, and that I am worthy of unlimited love and unlimited favor from the divine and the God that can pour and be generous into our lives. And so, anyway, to be continued as I increase my faith and embrace my worthiness and look for God's love in miraculous ways.